Your Honor, I asked that I may be allowed to reposition myself in order to better see the demonstrative.
Certainly, you can feel free to sit up here.
Mike Shishman for the plaintiff, may I inquire?
You may.
Now, I want to start what you said on direct examination. It was your job to ensure that everyone had the opportunity to vote.
That's correct.
And you said that you saw a flyer when you left the polling place, right?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, permission to approach the witness with previously admitted evidence, the flyer.
Granted.
Thank you.
Now, this is the flyer you saw when you left the polling place.
That's correct, yes.
And it has false voting information.
As far as I know, this is not correct.
Now, you said you saw it hanging up on the side of a building.
That's correct.
You don't know how many people saw that flyer, do you?
No, I have no idea.
You don't know when that flyer was posted on that building.
No, I only saw it at 10 p.m.
And you can't tell us if people left the voting lines because that's how that flyer came.
I cannot.
As a polling place manager, it was your job to make sure everything ran smoothly, correct?
Yes.
And so to do that, you patrolled the neighborhood a few times.
That's correct.
And you patrolled the neighborhood at 3 times during the day.
Yes, morning, afternoon, evening.
And there are peak times for voting as well, right?
Yes.
This is when a lot of people are trying to vote at the same time.
And that's correct.
One of those peak times is at 9 a.m.
Yes.
And that's when you left the patrol, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One of those peak times were about from noon to 1.
And that's correct.
That's also when you left to go patrol.
Yes.
And the last peak time is from 5 to 7 p.m.
That's correct.
And you left to go patrol during that time.
I did.
So it's safe to say, during the peak times for voting, you were not at the polling place.
I was patrolling around the polling place.
You're patrolling the neighborhood around the polling place.
Yes, it's quite a small neighborhood.
Your Honor, may I approach opposing counsel with proposed plaintiff 7?
You may.
One second.
Counsel.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
Thank you.
You recognize this, correct?
Yes, I do.
This is the area surrounding the polling place.
It is.
That's a fair and accurate copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff moves plaintiff 7 into evidence.
No objections, Your Honor.
It will be admitted.
This is the neighborhood, or you can look at the,
Okay.
this is the neighborhood around the polling place, correct?
That's correct.
And during your patrol, you walked each and every street on this map.
Yes, I did.
Now, when you left during the peak times for voting to walk each and every street, if you were on Delaware Avenue, you don't know what's happening on Millsaps Avenue, right?
No, I don't.
When you're on St. Bonaventure, you don't know what's happening on Boulder Way.
I do not know.
So when you were not at the polling place, you don't know what information was being distributed.
No, I simply instructed the other people at the polling place to go to that.
So you personally cannot tell us, while you were away from the polling place, if false information was being distributed.
For about the 10 or so minutes that I was away, I cannot.
While you were away from the polling place, you can't tell us if people received that flyer while you were gone.
No, I cannot.
And while you were away from the polling place, you can't tell us if people left the lines due to that flyer.
For the 10 or so minutes that I wasn't there, I cannot.
Your Honor, at this time, I have no further questions.
Yes, Your Honor.